Suspended Ipob fighters abduct police officer, others and burn down vehicles in Anambra. Gunmen suspected to be members of Ipob and its militant arm, the ESN, have struck the Inewi area of Anambra State, abducting a police officer among other victims, setting an operational vehicle ablaze. Sahara reporters learned that the police officer was abducted in front of St. Mary Cathedral Church in Inewi while his Hilux vehicle was set ablaze, an incident that has caused tension in the area. The police officer was abducted on Sunday and his whereabouts have yet to be known. According to eyewitnesses, the masked gunmen abducted all the occupants of the vehicle, including the police officer. On Sunday, a group of masked gunmen attacked a white Hilux van in front of St. Mary's Anglican Cathedral in Inewi, and the occupants of the vehicle were kidnapped and the vehicle was set ablaze. The security situation in the country continues getting worse by the day as the safety of lives and properties can no longer be assured at any given time, even in broad daylight. It has been from one bad news of one attack to the other, a witness lamented. Anambra has been tense since the weekend when the police and Nigerian army personnel killed personal assistant to Ipob lawyer. Sahara reporters had on Sunday reported that the soldiers shot the lawyer's personal assistant, identified as Samuel Uzo Okoro, also known as Biggie. It was gathered that the soldiers also took away his corpse, which was put in the boot of a vehicle belonging to the lawyer. All right. Well, according to a statement sent to Sahara reporters by Ipob spokesman Emma Powerful on Sunday morning, the security forces shot sporadically before taking the lawyer. Okay, cool. I mean, this is just all very confusing, to be honest. I mean, if people are suspected to have done something, you don't write it as if you're sure they've done it. And I think that's where there's a lot of hiccups in this article. Like they said, gunmen suspected to be members of Ipob and its militant army ESN have struck in the new Inewi area of Anambra State, abducting a police officer and their victims and setting an operational vehicle ablaze. From then on, it just goes into like proper, like just the gunmen did this, like, okay. How you know that though? Even if they're suspected to be, part of Ipob, like in the article, put your reasons why. Why do you think did they carry a flag? They don't have a uniform, do they? Exactly. So it's like you didn't hear them say like Ipob forever or something. I don't know. You didn't hear them chanting anything. You didn't hear them hoist. You didn't see them hoist a flag or anything. So again, it's just yeah. Someone says, how do you know that they are Ipob ESN? Your reportage lacks substance. Okay. Someone says, you see this Shore paper, alright. I don't even know what the boy really wants. Is he citing these evil politicians or is he for the people? His media house has the answer. He's not even fam. His media house is not his like primary aim right now. Like the man actually is planning a revolution, and you really obviously, don't get me wrong, it is his business, so obviously he is Sahara Reporters technically, so yeah, it should go well, but obviously you have to understand, like, listen, do you know what the guy is doing right now? Exactly. So yeah. So it says, it seems that the federal government of Nigeria is on a movie scene. Can you all agree that the security agencies have hands in meddling in the crisis the Southeast is facing today? I'm worried that Nigerian citizens don't have the confidence in its security operatives anymore. We never did. If you look at the basic relationship between a citizen and a police officer, it's extortion. It's based on fear, extortion, and corruption and other things. Except you have money, which yeah. That is it. The system even forces you to be corrupt or else you don't survive. So again, it's just like no one trusts anybody. So I don't. Yeah. Someone says their activities turn to another dimension, even though kidnapping and demanding ransom is what they inherit from their forefathers. Right? um. Yeah. This is very much like you can't go with things like this until you're sure of these things. Again, you don't put how or why you think that they are suspected to be Ipob, then just don't do it at all. There's no point just putting news out there that you're not sure of. Doesn't take that much time. Again, I'm going to listen. I don't think it should take that much time because the articles are not necessarily like a dissertation. It's not. So again, it's like I don't know if it's gonna take time for you to just add that extra bit of confirmation that okay, this is this and that is that. Yeah, it's literally that. Um, Somebody says, stop linking Ipob and ESN to all these attacks. Can't you see all this propaganda won't work? It wouldn't work. You must have a mind of your own. If you're a Nigerian, you're believing this. I don't really know what to say. I don't know what your basis would be to believe this. You just have to observe and see that the Nigerian government and I've had a tight relationship, and that's just it. And you know what? Eagles are not willing to budge, as they should, because they have every right, every right not to. They don't have to agree with the run of this country. Again, as I've said before, you cannot hold a set of people against their own will. What is it? You know it already. So again, it's like, again, you I don't know. Sometimes this country is very much. You'd see that we've never really been a democracy as long as we've had like a military regime. So again, this democracy thing is pretty much still very new to us. On paper, okay, fine, we are corrupt. We have to take, acknowledgement for that. But I just think that with the basics of democracy and the kind of decisions that the government makes and the statement that they make, I'm like, do you guys realize that you're in a democracy? Like, you don't say things like that or do things like that. Give them the shock of their lives, or Femi Adesina saying his boss is a bully who has dictatorial tendencies. What is that supposed to mean? Because I'm like, have we really, really refined into a democratic state? But that's not even what it is, because the military era and the democratic era, what they will have in common is that we did lead a kleptocracy, a kleptocratic government, where the government uses funds, an embezzlement of funds, that is actually for the wider people, for themselves. And that's just it. And that is what we're running, a kleptocratic kind of government, in which people really called Abacha's government that, but really it's been from time immemorial. But what do you think about this in the comment section below? Don't forget to like and subscribe.